suppose, why does governance matter now? So there's lots of different reasons why governance matters, and obviously it's best practice that governance is in place in any sector. So it's not just the charity sector that is worried about what governance looks like. It's sector agnostic. So, but from a charity point, there's increased regulatory scrutiny around, well, what are individuals doing in a governance space? So we need to demonstrate more and more that we do have good governance in place. It is evidenced, and it's not just a tick box exercise. It's not something that we've just done once. It has to be a repeatable process, and it has to be consistently applied. So whilst your individual sort of organisations will be on different journeys in terms of what governance looks like, it is more and more asked for in terms of, so what are you actually doing? And that's why it sort of matters more and more as well. There's an increased sort of fraud element that sort of gets badged to governance. So individuals and people that provide you with the funds, so your public who actually donate to the different charities, will want that confidence that basically the funds that you've been provided with do actually go to the areas that they were designated to go to, and there isn't something happening behind the scenes where the monies are just being used for things that they shouldn't be, basically. And there is more and more, and I'll go into a little bit more detail into this. If you've got an internal audit function, or you've got a co-source, outsourced internal audit sort of provider, they need to be able to also demonstrate to you that they are now putting that fraud lens on every area that they're actually reviewing as part of the internal audit process. As you can imagine, cost of living crisis has impacted everybody. Funding stability pressures are very real in the charity sector. So it's being able to demonstrate as well how you can make those funds go further. You're probably getting less, but your vision and your objectives probably have stayed the same. So it's understanding how you're going to use that funding and how you're going to sort of manage that risk of sustaining that funding and ensuring that the governance around that is well controlled. So I touched on it a little bit already, but the public trust and reputational risk in terms of governance failures. So if you are found to be using funding, or if you can't demonstrate that the money that you're sort of getting from a charity point is being used in the right way, you will ultimately lose that public trust, and it will impact your reputational risk. And overall, the most sort of important piece of all of this, and as we go through, trustees are accountable. So whilst you can actually disseminate certain areas of control or actions that individuals across the organisation might be responsible for, the trustees are accountable, and they need to be confident that the governance is in place, and it's pragmatic. So not one size fits all. You've got small charities, you've got large charities, you've got global charities that work on very different sort of risk basis, but the trustees need to understand that what's been put in place fits your individual organisation. And just that sort of parting line at the bottom, it's no longer assumed. Good governance is no longer assumed. It has to be visible. You have to be able to demonstrate it. It's almost like comply or explain sort of situation. And like I said, it has to be proportionate to yourselves.